I don't think anybody envisaged what he was sent here to do.
Probably the most extraordinary man that I've ever met in my life.
I walked through them Shankly gates and I think, well, this place is all about Bill Shankly.
I'm Scottish, and Scottish people have got, you know, humour and spirit and all, and I think the people are similar in Liverpool. You know, they're spirited, you know, they've got life in them, they've got humour, and I'm the same as them.
They're that kind of people. You know, they're arrogant, they're cocky, they're proud, everything, and that's what I wanted the team to be. I don't know if you've ever seen Anfield when I came, but it was the biggest toilet in Liverpool. My idea was to build Liverpool into a bastion of invincibility, you know, like Napoleon had that idea. He would conquer the bloody world. And that's what I wanted, that Liverpool would be untouchable. My idea was to build Liverpool up and up and up until eventually there would be, everybody would have to submit, give in.
Ronnie Yeats was one of the cornerstones. His coming, along with Ian St John around the same time, was the very beginning of Liverpool's rise. And they did more for the rise than anybody else. Yeats at the back, St John at the front.
Stevenson. Oh, here comes Bird. Yes, a goal by Hunt. Hunt has scored. Oh, there's Charlton up for the attack. Now Bender, he's equalised. He's taking it too far. It's a goal!
That was Ronnie Yeats picking up the cup for the first time ever that Liverpool had won after 73 years. Never mind the European Cup. That's virtually new. Winning the FA Cup's the hardest cup. It took 73 years for it, and I thought it was a terrible disgrace that would to suffer the taunts of people saying you haven't won the cup yet.
The team in the mid-60s at its best. We had 12 players. I think they were the best team that's been in this country since the war. I don't think so. I'm certain of it. Not because it was Liverpool, but they were unbeatable.
The champions of England, and London with a replica of the championship cup. And here comes Bill Shankly. Here he comes.
It's a big thing they won the first.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I think the fact that you beat us here in the cup was responsible for us winning the league.
Yeah, it's true. But still, you did well. You're a great side, bro. You deserve it, mate. I can go a better block.
Well, we're happy about it, Tommy. It's amazing. Even that game today. I mean, we could have lost the game and won the championship.
They say the hardest thing in football is to have one good side, break it up and create another one. You managed that pretty successfully.
Yeah.
Was, when you look back, your affections for the first side, really, more than the second?
Yeah, well, to break it up, that was Ian St John and Ron Yeats and Peter Thompson, Roger Hunt. So to break up was difficult. So then I had my plans were working then. I was in the 3rd divisions and 4th divisions looking for players.
You had to pay a lot of money for Eamon Hughes, and you had to wait a long time for him, didn't you?
Well, we did pay money for him. At that time, at 18 years of age, we paid a good fee for him. But it cost 5 times that, it would have been worth it. Eamon Hughes is debatable if he's a better player in the game.
Ray Clemens is a world-class player. So intent, he's a bad loser as well, incidentally. The fact besides during the week he'd break your legs if you didn't get out of his bloody road. Ray has ball everything. He's quick, he doesn't want to be beaten. He's just a great goalkeeper.
Still Highway, dangerous indeed! Oh, goal! Oh, that's the goal! Steve Highway for Liverpool!
I've drummed it into our players time and again that they are privileged to play for you. And if they didn't believe me, they believe me now.
Highway, bursting on it. Highway, jinking round with space for a shot and a goal. Yes, indeed. Keegan going. Hughes. And then sweeping past McDowell. Brilliantly there. A superb goal.
Hughes might just have a crack. Tries instead for Lindsay. Again through the gap. Keegan shaking off Nish. Toshak.
Oh, the Gunners got it!
When you play well, you may get goals that don't look good goals, but you get them because you're playing well.
And then they started to knock the ball around with so much confidence, as though they really just knew there was going to be a man there.
Well, when you're playing well, things break for you.
And this now was, what, the 37th game for most of them, and yet no sign of tiredness.
Yes, I played 37 matches, and I think it's asking too much from a human being to do that. To train and play and be excited and everything.
And there's the whistle, and Liverpool are champions. The honour that they've waited for so long and fought for so hard is now theirs. The banners rise on the Kop, and the voices call for Bill Shankly. And now the salute for the champions, and for Bill Shankly, who takes off his jacket to reveal a characteristic red shirt. This is the man they love. The Kop rise, and Shankly responds. A great day for him. There he is, waving to the crowd. Difficult to say who admires who most there. What a moment for him. Been through it before, but it'll still excite him just as much as it did the first time.
Last Saturday was the greatest of all of them. Winning it early on was a novelty. But last Saturday, because it was a new team, and we had worked so hard for so long and got pipped last season, and pipped the season before in the cup final, that we'd gone again for the third time, with far more satisfaction, and definitely the greatest moment I had in football, when we won it.
Floated high, Lloyd. 3-0. Heynckes! Liverpool making a mistake in defence. Now can he get past Lloyd? Well, he's got past Lloyd and Smith. Heynckes! Oh, another goal! Heynckes! A beautiful crowning goal!
When we come back home in the plane, we arrived about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the airport was full of people. You know, that was something really worthwhile. I mean, that was worth all the hard work and worry that had been gone into it. To see these people in the airplane, in the Speak Aerodrome, at say 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, thousands of them.
It was really brilliant.
And Shanks' army, this Liverpool side, swarming forward now. Paul. Keegan! Goals pay the rent, and Keegan does his share. Good flick by Toshak the highway. Could this be two? Yes! Highway, Liverpool showing them party pieces. He wasn't offside. Smith. Yes! Keegan second. And Newcastle were undressed. And we want Shankly is the cry from the hordes from Liverpool. And the cup belongs to Liverpool.
I feel prouder than I've ever done before. We are pleased for you. Because it's you we play for.
It is with great regret that I have to inform you that Mr. Shankly has intimated that he wishes to retire from active participation in league football.
We felt that we've done all we could whilst I've been here, and the time had come to have a break.
Bill Shankly's retired.
He hasn't. You haven't me on, aren't you?
No, I'm not having on. I've just been to Anfield, honest.
Who said?
He said, he just announced it at lunchtime today, and the board were with him. Bill Shankly is retired.
I don't think we've never been to any clubs. We've been to the theatre once, and we went to some garden fete during the summer.
Some husbands wouldn't think they could get away with taking the wives out twice in such a long time, Bill. How do you
Twice
do it?
in 14 years. Yeah, I think it must be a record. But my wife realises that she's a sensible woman, and she knows that Liverpool's a city that's, we'll say, football crazy. I think I was the best manager in the game, and I should have won more. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you go on?
I didn't do anything in devious ways. I mean, I would fight you, and I would break my wife's leg if I played against her, but I wouldn't cheat her. The most difficult decision ever I made to leave, to decide to leave the club. Eventually, I mean. Possibly it was like going to the electric chair. Somebody said the football's a matter of life and death to you. I said, listen, it's more important than that.